First and foremost, I need to say sorry. I owe a massive apology to anybody that I've hurt or anybody that I've made uncomfortable with my actions. And I also want to say I'm sorry to my friends, family, and fans that have to watch another one of these videos, because you shouldn't have to, and this is really, really embarrassing.
Imagine, for a moment, you're at the pinnacle of the beauty world. Millions hang on your every word, your makeup tutorial. This was the reality for James Charles, a name once celebrated in every corner of the beauty community. But what if I told you that behind the layers of foundation and the dazzling highlighter, there's a story that many of us miss? You've probably seen him, right?
James Charles, you're the first male CoverGirl. That is, how does it, and you're 17?
Yeah.
How does this happen?
So I had been posting my Instagram pictures for a very...
James Charles, the first male CoverGirl, the beauty influencer who would make or break trends with a single tweet. But beneath this glittering surface, there lay a web of controversies and decisions that would shake his empire to its core. This isn't just about the rise and fall of a star, it's a reflection of fame, influence, and the digital age we are all part of. For those of you who aren't well versed with him, Charles first went viral in 2016 after he bought in a ring light and used glossy highlighter to accentuate his cheekbones for his high school yearbook photo. Suddenly, he was everywhere. The first male spokesperson for CoverGirl, a guest on Ellen. He did a commercial with Katy Perry, filmed with the Kardashians, and hosted a YouTube reality competition show aptly titled Instant Influencer. The combination of his various achievements made him one of the most financially successful beauty YouTubers of all time, with a rumored annual income of more than $10 million in 2020. At one point, he was so popular that a reported 30-second appearance he made at a British mall drew thousands of teenagers, helping create a traffic gridlock so extreme that some drivers apparently abandoned their cars overnight. But as the spotlight grew brighter, so did the scrutiny surrounding his actions. The allure of fame seemed to cloud his judgment, leading to questionable decisions that left his fans and the beauty community in shock. The long line of controversies started after Charles announced his first ever beauty products, the $39 James Charles and Morph eyeshadow palette, in a YouTube video. While swatching a black shade named Spooky, Charles is seen swiping the shadow across his arm and appears to do so over another layer that he applied previously. Fans noticed the second layer and began questioning him on Twitter. Interestingly, Charles admitted to pre-swatching some of his eyeshadow shades and then conducted a live Instagram video in an attempt to prove that he created a high-quality product. But that was only the beginning, because the drama reached its peak when Twitter user @CodyRants uploaded a video in which he accused Charles of failing to advertise that some shades in his palettes were not meant to be used on the eyes. According to the Twitter user, her eyelids were stained pink and broke out in hives after she applied the shade Skip. She yelled in the video, "You should never, ever, ever try to promote a product that does this to another human being."
This baby. He didn't tell any of us. It is not okay to do this to anyone. I don't care what formula it has, but you should never, ever, ever try to promote a product that does this to another human being.
Charles defended himself in a tweet, saying, "Most pinks, purples, and reds all stain certain skin types. You accusing me of lying to fans and not caring about people is a ridiculous cry for attention. If you have hives, consult your dermatologist, not me for likes on Twitter." CodyRants did not accept his response, writing on Twitter, "Your lack of sympathy for someone who was harmed by a product with your name on it is truly shocking." To make matters worse, Charles defaced and destroyed a $39 eyeshadow palette he released in collaboration with beauty brand Morph. The internet exploded with heated debates, leaving many wondering if this was the beginning of the end for the young star, with at least one person dramatically lighting the product on fire.
Bye, sisters. I'm tired of this annoying little prick. So we're going to burn the Morphe James Charles palette box.
They wrote, "What to do with your James Charles palette thanks to Tati Webb's book." Another user added, "Put my James Charles palette where it belongs." Some other users even started rebranding his palettes, as one user protested saying, "Bought the palette a long time ago, but after hearing what he did, I became so sick of James Charles, so I changed my palette into Shrek themed." Hashtag James Charles cancelled party. As the dust settled, it became clear that James Charles lost the trust of his audience and the consequences were severe. But it wasn't just those controversies that tarnished his reputation. It has been a series of missteps and questionable behavior that slowly eroded the trust his fans had once placed in him. See, Charles confronted a career crisis he couldn't quickly apologize for or capitalize on. He was publicly accused of sending lewd photographs and inappropriate sexual messages to a then 16-year-old fan. For his part, Charles said he was misled into believing the boy was 18 and that he blocked him as soon as he learned the truth, saying, "I've never been more disgusted in my life than when I found out that that kid was 16 years old." Charles continued in the tweet stating that he and the accuser had been speaking prior and claiming that everything had been consensual. Despite his efforts to salvage the situation, the damage was already done because the allegation triggered more complaints against Charles. They were even primarily piled in the form of TikToks filled with screenshots of flirtatious conversations Charles had allegedly conducted with a number of male fans. A few of the reported accusations, like the initial one, were serious and claimed to detail inappropriate online interactions between Charles and minors. Other claims, including an incident in which Charles allegedly called someone daddy, felt muddier. Regardless, Charles uploaded a 14-minute YouTube video titled "Holding Myself Accountable," where he admitted to inadvertently exchanging messages with two 16-year-old boys, saying he was led to believe they were 18, and he apologized for his desperate behavior.
James Charles finally responds after losing 5 million followers after being cancelled. Couple hours ago, James Charles dropped a video holding himself accountable for his actions, saying that he should have done more research before speaking to anybody romantically.
But like they say, karma always serves. Brands have continued to distance themselves from him publicly. Morphe, the cosmetics company behind Chelsea's infamous eyeshadow palette, released a statement to drama channel Rich Lux, saying they do not condone inappropriate online behavior of any form. The statement added, "We have been actively looking into the recent allegations against James Charles and have suspended marketing of the Morphe X James Charles collaboration while we continue to evaluate and monitor the situation." The brand did not deliver on its word because shortly after, Morphe and Charles announced they were ending their partnership and even winded down sales of Morphe and James Charles products. The company wrote on Twitter, "It is and has always been Morphe's goal to create a positive, safe, and empowering space where all beauty lovers can freely share their artistry and passion for cosmetics, and Morphe is committed to furthering that goal." Adding salt to the wound, Charles was fired from hosting the popular YouTube reality competition show Instant Influencer. A spokesperson for the show told Variety, "We can confirm season 2 of the YouTube original series Instant Influencer will take a new creative direction, including a new host." As if that wasn't enough, Kelly Rocklane, a former producer for Charles who was suing him for wrongful termination, among other claims, tweeted, "Watching the same people who screwed me over massively end up in deep scandals isn't news to me. It's comic debt. 1-1, going 2 for 2 because I'm all about law and order." As I speak to you right now, well, things haven't even changed a bit. See, Charles launched a new eyeshadow palette called the Basic Paint Canvas in an attempt to redeem himself, but it looks like he just got out of the frying pan into the fire. Talking about the palette itself, many people aren't pleased with the fact that he copied one Chinese idea that is supposedly morphed into his own. One fan asked, "Did he just pull off already existing shades from a Chinese manufacturer? It's the exact same color." Additionally, the launch launch itself has been a disaster. For those of you who did not know, Charles had slated his official release but decided to launch the product a day earlier before the actual date. Chaotic, right? Well, yes, because ironically, this was seemingly a very bad move because another beauty influencer, Jeffree Star, also released his new eyeshadow palette on the same day, just as Charles, something that many critics believe is going to have a negative effect on his brand because of the inevitable competition, since some fans are already labeling Charles's products as cheap. One user on Reddit claimed, "It looks very cheap, like it would be marketed at Twins." All said, it's safe to say that his career has taken quite a hit, as one fan rhetorically asked, "Is this influencer still considered successful? Are people still tuning into him?" I saw the written support given to him by the well-known SM personalities on YouTube and TikTok a few days ago. I saw that Angelique Oaks. So I see he still gets online support by these flaky wannabes. So again, is he here to stay or slowly losing his platform like JH is? But hey, we want to know what you think about it all. Do you believe James Charles will be able to bounce back from his scandal, or do you think his career is irreparably damaged? We want to hear your opinions, so drop them in the comments below and make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because you won't want to be left out of the loop. Until next time.